Today's video is a tour of one of the coolest public aquariums we've seen, the Aquarium of the Pacific. We traveled from Chicago to Los Angeles, touring some of the best aquarium content we could find. We toured some incredible private home aquariums with a koi pond, a cichlid tank, and a massive saltwater aquarium from movie director Jeff Tremaine. We followed that up with 2 local fish store tours, Nature Aquarium and LAX Aquarium. Both were awesome recommendations from friends in the area, but there was still one more spot to hit. So we traveled another half hour south to Long Beach, California, where we toured the next incredible spot. As we walked into this public aquarium, you're greeted with a huge blue whale right in the entrance. Then we were drawn right away to this massive display tank, which is 142,000 gallons, which is over 530,000 liters. It is 27 feet deep and modeled after an actual underwater cavern in Santa Catalina Island, and the display was called the Blue Cavern. It had sheep's head, California morays, sea bass, and maybe our favorite, the beautiful leopard shark. It had a few huge schools of fish to really complete this display. We could have spent all day at this tank alone. The next aquarium was a smaller version of that first one with another awesome leopard shark, and this one was very unique due to its pattern on its side. It actually looks like it has the letters I am on its side. There was also a big sea bass that had been bred from the larger display tank. It was a very cool aquarium and we absolutely loved that leopard shark. Next up, we decided to walk outside where they had a huge shark lagoon. First, there were some smaller ponds with some beautiful stingrays and smaller sharks that you could touch. Then we headed to this humongous pond here with some large sharks and maybe the biggest ray I've ever seen. We spent a lot of time at this pond just watching the sharks swim.
Check out these rays.
And then around the corner they had this really cool archer fish display, and next to that was a jellyfish pond where you could actually touch them. It was a very strange feeling putting your hand in with a bunch of jellyfish, but apparently this type won't sting, at least most of the time. Before heading back in to see some of the other large displays, we definitely stopped and checked out the penguins and the seals.
Alright, so here we have all the names of the different sea lions and seals. They're all pretty top-notch, very, very intelligent creatures, besides Troy.
Bruh. Heading back inside, we stopped at a huge display tank with schooling fish and some otters. And honestly, who doesn't love otters? These guys were just awesome. Another unique aquarium next to this one was called the Surge Channel, which mimics the natural environment for some of these fish with those really big waves along the coast. There were many smaller display tanks throughout the middle of the aquarium, and we'll show some of our favorites here, but we definitely recommend coming here to check it out for yourself since there are so many others that we just can't get to them all. Other than the amazing display tanks here, one of the favorite aspects of this public aquarium was all the information it had around conservation. The educational element to a lot of these displays and information next to them was just really impactful. It's definitely a great way to show off some amazing species and why it's important to protect their natural environments. And of course, we couldn't come to the Long Beach Aquarium without showing off the Long Beach puffer. And I'll have to say, after this LA trip where we've seen a couple of incredible puffers, it's made us add that to the bucket list for Cichlid Bros tanks in the future. Another tank we loved was this Coral Lagoon, which is a nursery for young fish. There were some incredible coral and anemones in here, along with some beautiful tangs, archerfish, and different types of wrasse. Some of the displays were built in a way that you could see in from the backside as well, so they would be much larger than they look from just the front panel. These tanks were massive, and we loved the variety of fish in them. This ray was also pretty majestic just to watch swim around. Overall, we really enjoyed visiting the Aquarium of the Pacific. As mentioned, we really only showed some highlights and our favorites, but there is way more here to see, and we'd recommend checking it out sometime. It was a great way to end our trip and was definitely the grand finale for us in LA. But that does it for our trip. Hope you enjoyed watching the 6-episode series. I'll leave a link to a playlist with all these videos down in the description below. And also let us know in the comments if you'd like to see us tour anything else around the country. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.